This is the future.
Digital Extremes just uncancelled the Double Resource Week event. It looks like it was only a typo, and they meant to do the event shorter than what was announced. Just to clear things up, it will not coincide with the Affinity event, and Digital Extremes did clearly state that it wasn't meant to coincide with the Affinity event. It was just a big typo. Do you believe that? Let me know in the comments section below. The intended plan for July 11th to 17 was just to run the 2x Affinity booster in the hype of TennoCon, and it still will be the same. The Affinity booster event will start in July 11, while the Double Resource event will start on July 15th and will end on July 17th also. Just a little heads up before we head on to the preparation guide. Resource Booster doubles the amount of Kuva and Krotic gathered from Kuva Siphon and Excavation missions respectively. It also doubles the Steel Essence dropped by Acolytes in the Steel Path missions. It can also affect Void Traces gained in Void Fisher missions, resources gained in Plains of Idolan including Setters Wisps, resources gained in Orb Valis including Toroids, Servofish, and Diluted Thermia, resources gained in Cambion Drift including Caught Fish and Mine Doors, Gems and Ogin Matrix, resources gained in Empyrean, Railjack, including Anomaly Shards. It also affects scanned objects by Codex Scanner and Synthesis Scanner, including plants and Kavat genetic codes. To make the most out of this Double Resource event, go buy yourself a Resource Booster to triple the loot and then use the Smeeta Kavat so somehow it can activate its Resource Boost within the Charm mod. Also, additional Resource Boost can be gained in the Relay wherein high Mastery rank players will bless you with it. I'm just kidding, just don't. Relay blessings are only for Affinity and there's no Resource Booster blessing. Okay, now you have something to scream at Digital Extremes. Insert laughing pun meme here. With a Resource Booster, plus the Double Resource event, and Smeeta Kavat Charm, you will gain 4 times the loot, and this is best done in Steel Path levels since Steel Path levels also has an increased resource drop chance. Preferably, it would be better to go on survival runs in Steel Path, Star Chart levels. For the open world areas, it is up to you if you have a setup that will take down many Eidolons in one night. Now, I won't be discussing the Eidolon hunting setup right here, but to give you a brief idea, your best bet when it comes to breaking the Steel Path Eidolon fast is the Necromesher named Void Rig to destroy the limbs. Just mod it with radiation and lots of critical and damage. For the Warframe, it's a no-brainer for Volt with his electric shields that can melt the Eidolon shields if your rand shots go through this ability. For the Amp, I would suggest the Metu one with the Proper and Certus. It would be a lot easier if you go with a team, since you will be using the Medurai focus to down the shields fast. There are other YouTube videos out there on how to do it, so you can check them out. Just a warning though, if you are going Steel Path levels on Eidolon hunts, be sure you have something to take out those Vomvalist units and charge up the lures. They will be tough to strike down, and you will need to coordinate also with your team to charge the lures. If that's a hassle, then might as well go on a normal Star Chart Eidolon hunting. For farming in Steel Path levels, on Star Chart missions, just like I have suggested, survival nodes are the best missions, but there are instances wherein it's not always the case such as Krotic farming. You will need to go in excavation missions, and your best bet is a defensive Warframe like Limbo. Just be careful with the Eximus units and prioritize killing them. If you are like me that almost have everything that they want in the game, then it's still the best event right now to gain tons of resources for the Helminth system, or somehow gain some profit out of farming Void Traces and upgrading those relics to Radiant. Hell, it's even great to farm Kuva right on this event for those sweet Riven mods of yours. The good thing is, you can actually have fun while farming, as with the recent Angels of Zariman update, and as well as the Echoes of the Zariman update, there are tons of farming setup that you can go with, and not just the meta farming Warframe like Koro. I would say that still, Dispensary Koro is the ultimate chill farming in Steel Path levels. You just put Pilfering Strangledome, and then kill enemies that are tangled by the ability. But if you want to have fun, then might as well use an unorthodox farming setup. Orgaze setup right now can reach to 400% power strength, allowing you to gain 100% chance to spawn additional loot. This is not bad for a farming setup, especially if you have a tanky Warframe that can survive Steel Path levels. Take for example an Idus Orgaze setup. All you need to do is to stomp enemies with virulence, and cast Orgaze rinse and repeat, then kill enemies in the process. There are other farming builds that are fun to use right now, and I have included the links at the pinned comment if you care to take a look at them. Thank you so much for watching. Squad Leader signing off.